It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And you're watching Sports Icons. Subscribe. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Champ.
Now, I've just finished watching the Sky Sports Monaco card, and straight after, as I'm doing some editing for some post-fight reviews, up in the background there, I've got the NFL on, which is, was it Buffalo versus Dallas? Now, I don't watch American football or anything like that. It's actually on mute. But it just dawned on me as I'm just glancing up once in a while, not that I know any of the kind of rules or anything around this, but their stadium is packed, absolutely packed. And if you watch like WWE, the events are packed. When you watch Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, even maybe Errol Spence Jr. to a point, and plenty of other fighters in America, the events are packed. But when Deontay Wilder fights, what happens? In his last fight with Luis Ortiz, a rematch, what happened? Apparently the pay-per-view numbers are shoddy. Now, of course, I did do a video with the numbers of 2,500. This is what's been floating around the internet. I don't believe that it's 2,500. I believe it's anywhere 100, maybe 150,000, which again is a incredibly low number. Deontay Wilder is WBC heavyweight champion of the world and American undefeated knockout artist. Yes, his resume is god-awful, that's for sure. He went 39 fights without fighting anybody that anybody really knew. Now, ultimately, when he fought Luis Ortiz in a rematch, 10,000 people were in the arena. 10,000 out of a potential 17.2. So he's shy by 7,000. That is a lot. And this isn't just happening for that one. It's happening every other fight that Deontay Wilder is having. Now, nearer the fight, they always slash the prices and cut them in half and almost like 3/4 the price just to try and get rid of tickets. They're even giving away tickets on the door. And this is not an opinion, this is a fact. And you can only put 10,000 out of a potential just over 17,000 in the arena. Pay-per-view sales are awful. In his last fight against Dominic Brazil, only 6,000 tickets were sold. The rest were giveaways. And this was in Brooklyn, New York, against Luis Ortiz the first time, just over half filled. Again in New York, against Tyson Fury, 17,500 in the arena out of a potential 21,000. And again, that was Tyson Fury bringing over between 8,000 and 9,000 Brit and Irish. So what is happening with you guys? You guys troll around the internet and listen, Deontay Wilder has some very good fans, okay? Some fans who, they're realistic about him, they know that he's a bit chinny, and they know that his record is padded, but they still believe in him and they want him to do well. And nobody has a problem with that. Nobody does. And people can only respect those kind of fans. If they believe he's going to go on and defeat Tyson Fury in a rematch, if they believe he could defeat Anthony Joshua or Dillian White or Alexander Usyk or anybody else that he gets in the ring with, that's cool. But ultimately, listen, we need to see those fights. But my point is that why is it that Deontay Wilder, out of all the fan bases that you look at over recent history, he's probably got one of the loudest fan bases, but the laziest. Lazy. None of these guys can get off their backside and actually go support their guy. Now, I know that Americans, they say how, but America's such a big country and this, that and the other, and there's so many different sports and this, that and the other. Well, if you guys are running around saying how Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight champion of all time, comparing him to Muhammad Ali, he's the face of boxing, this, that and the other, well, the numbers don't stack up right. They don't stack up right. So quite clearly, you're lying. If he can't sell out an arena, if his pay-per-view numbers are terrible against Tyson Fury, WBC versus Lineal, remember how all that was sold? And you can only put 17,000 in the arena and 320,000 on pay-per-view. That is awful. Absolutely awful. And again, my point that I was about to make there was Americans say, but it's such a big country and it's difficult to get there. Okay, so Wilder, he fights in Los Angeles. That's not good enough. He fights in New York. That's not good enough. Fights in Las Vegas. That's not good enough. Fights in Alabama. That's not good enough. Is anywhere past the end of your street too far? Or are you just internet fans? Because that's quite clearly how I see it. You guys are internet fans for the majority. Those who do turn up to his events, those who do buy the pay-per-view, big up to you. But the rest of you are just damn right lazy. And a lot of these guys are actually uploaders who claim to be big Wilder fans. They try and get Wilder onto the channel, but yet they give him nothing back. They don't turn up to the arena. If there was a damn sandwich sale going on in Las Vegas, you bet your backside that these guys will turn up to that. But they can't turn up for Wilder. They can't turn up for him. But again, you guys saying how big America is and everything, that's not good enough, is it? Anthony Joshua, a Brit, travelled to America and sold out Las Vegas. 21,000. 19,000 of those were sold in the first 2 to 3 hours. And these were very, very high prices. 4 times more expensive than what Wilder tickets were for Tyson Fury and what they were for the Luis Ortiz rematch. So Joshua can do it. So why can't Wilder do it? You guys are fake fans. Fake fans. He's got the worst fan base that I've ever seen. And believe me, there are some extreme fans out there. Extreme ones. We've seen him with Floyd Mayweather, with Manny Pacquiao, Lomachenko. You can see it with Canelo, even Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and all these kind of guys. But ultimately, guess what? These guys actually turn up and they actually support their guy. They may be giving it the large on the internet, but they put their money where their mouth is. They invest in their fighter. They turn up to the arena. They will buy the pay-per-views. You Wilder fans, for most of you guys, you want to act very, very loud and how you're great, huge Deontay Wilder supporters, but you can't support him. Instead, you'll get out your computer or your tablet and illegally stream it. Listen, if I was a Deontay Wilder fan uploader, I'd be kicking off at you lot. Honestly, I'd be kicking off at you. Because the numbers don't add up. They don't add up to what you guys claim. They just don't. People say that I bash Deontay Wilder. Well, when Wilder fought Tyson Fury, guess what? I bought the pay-per-view. His other fights are not pay-per-view here in the UK. Of course not. They're on regular Sky Sports. And nor should they be due to the time zone and the fact that he's not British. But he did fight a Brit, Tyson Fury, and I stayed up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and I bought the pay-per-view. So I'm actually supporting his event. But a lot of you guys don't. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Bone idle. I don't want to hear how America's such a big country compared to the UK. Yeah, that's right. Because in America, that's more people. That means much easier to fill an arena. Correct? It's very simple. If you're selling a product and you've got 100 people stood in front of you, then you go sell the same product in front of 500 people, you're going to get more chance of selling that product when you're stood in front of 500 people, are you not? So again, it's exactly the same kind of scenario as America has 5 times more people than the UK, correct? So therefore, he should be able to sell very, very easily. But he can't even give tickets away. Is that reflected on him? Probably, because most people recognise he's got a terrible resume. A very extremely padded one. He delivers good knockouts. He's WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, paper champion, Tyson Fury, it should be the real champion right now because he did defeat Wilder. But again, most people recognise that. But the fact is, against Luis Ortiz, again, against a guy who is apparently 48 years old, but officially billed at 40, so older than Alexander Povetkin, but yet he lost every single round to Ortiz up until he hit him. And a lot of people say how the referee counted fast. Personally, I couldn't really care less if he counted fast. 10 count is a 10 count. It's not 10 seconds. It's a referee 10 count. Don't care about that. But fact is, you guys are just internet trolls. You guys don't know anything. All you want to do is be anti-Anthony Joshua. Really, you couldn't care less if Deontay Wilder fought Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury or Dillian Whyte or Usyk or anybody and actually lost. You don't care. For whatever reason, you seem to think that Wilder represents you. Not at all. You don't help him out at all, which is why he is B-side for life. He fights any of the top guys, he is B-side. You can call him WBC champion, makes no difference. Because he doesn't do the numbers. Somebody who doesn't do the numbers, you can't be an A-side. You just can't be. And again, a lot of the fans as well, who again don't turn up, most of these guys, uploaders, where they don't want the Joshua fight. They don't want him to fight a Dillian Whyte in case he loses. They live in fear for it. But they're quite happy to take your super chats. It's a business for them. It's a business, and you fall for it each and every time. But these guys, it's very simple. You know who goes to his fights and who don't. You know who does. Because those who do can't do a post-fight review straight after the fight. Look at all those uploaders who do post-fight reviews. They're not supporting him. If Deontay Wilder was doing huge numbers, sure, there's no need for them to go. And I understand a lot of fans, they can't afford the pay-per-view. They can't afford to travel across states or whatever it may be, or they can't afford a ticket. I understand that. Not everybody has luxury of spare money. I get that point. But if Anthony Joshua, a Brit, can go to America and sell out, but yet Wilder can't, there's something very, very wrong with Deontay Wilder fans. Very, very wrong. People can say I'm hating. I'm not hating. I'm telling the truth. Have I said anything negative? No, not really. I've just told you the truth. Deontay Wilder should be ashamed of his fan base. Should be ashamed of him. And I'm surprised he hasn't said anything because he's a very emotional wreck. But he's got a terrible, terrible fan base. Absolutely lazy. In my opinion, fake, including the uploaders. Not all of them, but most of them. Fake fans. Fake fans. The minute he takes a loss, the minute they'll just stop supporting him. Guarantee it. Much like most of his fans. I can't get my head around it. I can't get my head around it. How he cannot sell out. He's never sold out an arena. He's had 2 pay-per-views. The first one against Tyson Fury, 320,000, is actually a flop. And whatever the numbers is against Luis Ortiz, even if it is my predicted 100 to 150,000, that is a monumental flop considering the size of the network of Fox Sports. But again, it's been over a week now. Why don't we know the official numbers? Quite clearly, they're looking to fudge the numbers or hoping people forget and are too embarrassed to put them out because they've made one hell of a loss. Yet they're paying him a hell of a lot of money. I don't know what it is, but either way, Wilder fans, if you're not turning up to the event, if you're not buying the pay-per-view, you are disgusting, to be honest with you. You're not a true fan. You're just not. If you're illegally streaming his fights and you claim to be his fan, you're not his fan. You're fake. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.